We do apologize for that, viewers, but nevertheless, over 100 workers will be sent home at the end of July after Unilever Caribbean Limited closed its manufacturing plant in Trinidad and Tobago. In a media release on Tuesday, the company, which sold its local operation to international company Upfield in 2018 for TT $4.252 billion, given an official notice to retrench some 118 workers. OWTU's Sat Gajita Inns stated that there should be a government intervention to curb the uprooting of manufacturing company from Trinidad and Tobago. She believes the plant will move to countries in Latin America with larger land space. So it's over 100 workers from Unilever will be going home at the end of July. Wow. It's such a shame, but what can we do? What can we do? Moving along, viewers, Chief Personnel Officer Dr. Darrell Dindial have offered fire officers a 4% salary increase over a 6-year period. This proposal is for the year 2014 to 2016. However, following a meeting with the CPO today, President of the Fire Officers Association, Leo Ramkisoon, stated that they were disappointed with the offer. He said it will now be taken to the membership to get their instructions on the next step. 4% and they refuse. Can't blame them. You can't blame them. The Communication Workers Union, CWU, wants to make it abundantly clear to its members that the union did not come to an agreement with the Telecommunication Service of Trinidad and Tobago, TSTT, on the organization restructuring exercise. His statement comes after TSTT issued a press release titled TSTT and CWU Agree. However, Elder stated that this was misleading and the only thing that they were currently on the same page about was TSTT lawless action, which caused the CWU to file an injunction in the industrial court. He said this was important to outline because some workers were happy to take their package and go, others were not coping well. I mean, when you take your package and go, viewers, when you take your package and go, that's the day, you know. That's it there. But if you continue working, you're definitely sure that you have a weekly, a fortnightly, or a monthly salary coming in. That is a good thing about it. But taking your package and go, you really have to plan well, you know, what you're doing with that money. Because the blink of an eye, a 5,000 or a 10,000 finishing, you know, just like that. So to take your package and go, know what you're doing. It's easier to stay and work. That is how I see it. It's easier that way. So viewers, it's our public concerns night tonight. We want to know where the bad road is in your community, whatever part of Trinidad you are in. We know it's been some rainy days went by, some floods throughout Trinidad and Tobago. But nevertheless, we want to hear from you tonight. Have you seen your councillors or MP concerning flood in your community over the last couple of days? Have you seen any one of them? What did the flood do in your area? Did you lose crops? Did flood come into your homes? Is your downstairs flooded? Is it draining in your community and the water course cleared pending the rainy season coming up? All this is things to follow up on when the rainy season is about to start in Trinidad and Tobago. We need rivers, we need water course, we need drainage to be cleared. Have you seen any works going on through Trinidad and Tobago? Feel free to call in tonight, 238-6716 viewers, as we start off our public concerns night. Member of Parliament for Tabakit, Ms. Anita Haynes, is again calling on Ministry of Works and Transport to urgently undertake the repair of deteriorated roadways and dangerous landslides threatening to maroon communities across the constituency. Call her good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Yes.
I would like you to take a drive down Avocat.
Avocat, yeah?
Yes, the road is in a really deplorable state. It's like holes from Avocat Junction, from Avocat, Davis Trace, Toby Trace, Overpooch Junction, and entering Overpooch. I want you to come and take a drive and see that road is really, really deplorable. Could you help us, please? Thanks.
Thank you, my friend. Now, Anita, she stated that the last additions to a long list of roadway that have become hazardous to travelers is a Brasso-Tamina Road. As a result of multiple worsening landslides, residents are forced to take risky journey daily. Moreover, when it rains, the road is impassable, preventing residents from getting to and from their homes. It also forced the closure of Brasso Veneto Primary, the government primary school, an alternative route to the school. Wow. Now, via Allen Road is also littered with landslip and is impassable to some vehicles at rainfall. Now, when rain falls, it reduces the roadway with slush. Just imagine rain falling and it's like I have a mountain and slush just coming down to block up your roadway. The Tabakit MP is asking, what will it take for the Ministry of Works and Transport to finally act? There are too many communities like Brasso in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at that. Look at that. That is down in the Brasso area. It's sad, to know that we are a small population, with billions of dollars circulated in Trinidad and Tobago. We have our works department, we have the council department, and yet they are not getting material, they are not getting funding to do what they need to be done in the community. It's a shame. It's a disgrace. But yet, we would praise those that is sitting down and governing our country. Why are we praising those? Tell me. Why are we praising those that is sitting down and governing our country when they think it hard to get their tail up and go into the communities and see what is taking place? I want to hear from you tonight, 238-6716. What did the flood do to you in the last few days? What did you lose? What did you lose? You lose animals. You lose livestock. You lose your gardening produce. What did you lose? 238-6716. I want to hear from you. Villagers of Icacas Trace, Mon Diablo, are being faced with a deplorable bridge. They stated that since September 2021, the bridge has been closed for repair because of the deplorable condition, and the community has been separated. On a daily basis, the children have to risk their lives crossing the bridge to get to and from schools. The road along Quarry Road, after Isaac Trace, has also become a roadway because the hill is coming down onto the road. It has become a one-way. Upon entering Isaac Trace, there is also a landslide where the road is cracked and caving onto a villager house. MP for the area, Mr. Dipti Ramnath, has not been doing anything to help the situation. Now, this is coming from the residents, viewers. I want you to understand that. They are calling on Dipti Ramnath now to do something, since they say he is doing absolutely nothing. Just try back up that bridge there. Look at the condition of that bridge. Children have to cross that bridge on a daily basis to go to school. Now, I would ask, not one councillor or MP down in the Mondiablo area would allow their child or their children to pass on that bridge. Would the councillor or the MP for that area allow all their children to pass on that bridge? I'm asking a question down to the Mondiablo side people. The councillors and the MPs down on that side. Would you all allow your children to pass on that bridge? It's a stinking shame. It's a disgrace. It is dishonored to the MPs and the councillors down there. And not one Wednesday you all will call in the program and say, Saeed, we tired beg the government. Not one Wednesday. But nevertheless, I will continue doing what I am doing. But it's a stinking shame. And it saddens me to know this is our country. This is our country, and what do we do? What do we do as a citizen? The community now needs to come out and start protesting. Somebody would say, Saeed, you're inciting violence. No, we're not inciting violence. You stand up for what you need. You need a bridge? Block the road. Protest. It is the only way to get the attention of those in authority. Oh, somebody can say, oh, Saeed, you're encouraging me to block the road. But don't protest. Don't protest. You wait for the heavens to open and for God to come down. I've lived 47 years and I have never seen that. And if I live the next 47 more, I ain't think it's going to happen. So if you need something, get up and protest for it. I will support you. I will highlight your plight on national television. Let it go public. That is what I would do. Just to back you, the villagers, up. So the entire Trinidad and Tobago would understand what is taking place in a lost community. It's sad, eh? It's sad. And nevertheless, every Wednesday are doing the same thing. This very same thing. Clogged drains and rivers are being blamed for the extent of flooding which covers part of Claxton Bay, Gasparilla, and Williamville. Caller, good night.
Yeah, hello, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Yeah, you see, most of the time that these people and them, the councillors and them, what do they do? They just organize a fix for the friend and the family and things. So the public domain don't really get nothing much. Now, a bridge like that, they have so much temporary bridges to build for people to pass in areas and then demolish it after the road was fixed. Why they can't take one and erect it in that place to make life easy?
Correct.
But they wouldn't do it. Because at the end of the day, what happened to them is because somebody had to get something in the pocket for something to happen. And this could never be done in this country, the way things has happened here. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. We're going back to Claxton Bay, Gasparilla, and Williamville. Before midday, floodwaters rose in a community located on the banks of the Guayakara River. One resident of Samsam Hill, Claxton Bay, stated that the drains and rivers were clogged, and she called on the Ministry of Works to clean all watercourses. At Gasparilla, the residents had similar complaints. Scores of children were unable to get to class. Taxis could not work, and motorists used alternative routes to escape the floods. Claxton Bay Point-a-Pier councillor Nadia Khan Mohammed blamed the Ministry of Works for failing to clean watercourses. Khan Mohammed explained that she had been pleading with the Ministry of Works for assistance but was told there is no equipment or manpower to assist. No equipment and manpower. Where is all the millions of dollars have been allocated to works and transport? We have no equipment, she complains. No manpower. It's a stinking shame. It's sadness. Ministry of Works and Transport. No equipment. No manpower. What a disgrace to the Ministry of Works and Transport. Who is governing? Rohan Sinanan. Caller, good night.
Yes, good night, Mr. Saieed Ali.
Go right ahead.
I'm calling from the Pidal Rock Road area.
You're live on Real Talk.
Mr. Deputy Ramnath don't do nothing for the Pidal Rock Road area. He does only have friends and family he doing things for. And when the corporation, he put people to work in the corporation, he just carry them home by the house and work them.
Serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Good night.
Thank you, my friend, for your information. Freak storm victims. Maharaj is appealing to sawmill and lumber yards for pieces of lumber to help him restructure his garage. Maharaj was among 10 persons affected when a freak storm hit the village of Palmas in Central. Now, on Saturday, and tore the roof of the house he was occupying. He said the affected residents have no choice but to cope with the situation until they can do better. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Saeed, I want to make a report on the Orange Valley Road from the cremation site junction, going back to the Calibre junction. Road real bad.
When last that road was repaired or fixed?
That road maybe for about 30 years.
30?
About 30 years.
Wow.
When I was a young boy, they paved that road. Now I'm an old man.
And still?
And next thing again, on the Union Village after Orange Valley, a bit caved down. And they come and just pave over it. And look at the big hole in the middle again.
Thank you, my friend. Councillor for Caparo Memorial in the Kuva Tabaki Talparo Regional Corporation, John Lazima, stated that he has been liaising with the family since the incident occurred, and he plans on writing the 3 sawmills in the area to appeal for some form of assistance. There's a roof. Roof blood clean, boy. Those of you who in the area and willing to assist, you can contact the gentleman. It's sad, you know. Social development is supposed to come in there and assist these people. Social development. It looks like those in social development they're going for a nap or a vacation. Rain off. Rain off, they're going home. Residents of Untitled Chapter in San Francisco are complaining about the poor road condition in the area. They added that the San Francisco main road is already impassable for a number of vehicles, and Untitled Chapter is one of the few alternative routes because other routes are riddled with potholes. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
My friend.
This guy I'm complaining about Europe, he shouldn't have a problem. Just go and the government giving out money, $40,000 to repair roof and other things too. How about me here, the pattern, give all PNMIs $40,000 to repair roof. No, and everybody getting the $40,000 and they're laughing. So then people all in the UNC areas, advise them from a place, all you apply when all your roof blow off and something wrong with all your roof. And see if they will assist you.
Thank you, my friend. Member of Parliament for Kuva North, Ravi Ratiram, MP, has stated that the government negligence when it comes to opposition constituencies is the reason why the Rand-Carter Bridge in Felicity Shogunas has collapsed. Ratiram is calling on Minister of Works and Transport Rohan Sinanan, the Minister of Local Government Faraz Al-Rawi, and the Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries Kazem Hussein to have this issue resolved as a matter of extreme urgency. Now he called the three important departments. Ratiram added that many residents and farmers, as well as all those normal traverse the bridge, have now been severely inconvenienced. Look at that bridge now. According to MP, local government councillor for the area, Wendy Francis, has been lobbying for the restoration of the bridge since September 2021, when the first visible sign of its weakening were observed. It's the cries of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, along with MPs and councillors, is their cries falling on deaf ear. Caller, good night.
Oh, good night, Saeed. I wanted to highlight a problem we're having in Central with the African snails. We are inundated with these snails, and we have tried everything in the Central area, and we don't know where to turn now to get some help. Can you help us?
What did the Agriculture Department, you all went to the Agriculture Department?
Yes, we called everybody under the sun. The only person we didn't call is the man on the Quakerwood box. We called, they tell us to go and buy something from the Argo shop and spray it. And that's ending up to be hundreds of dollars. And so we're using salt, but we cannot get rid of them. We need, in Central, we need some help from the government to get rid of these African snails. They eat everything in sight.
Yes.
So
thank you.
Do you have any suggestions or anybody else on your program?
Well, I don't know much about it, but I know the Corporation, Agriculture Department, Insecticide Department supposed to say about that.
Oh, no. Well, this has been going on since before COVID. And they have done nothing. They do nothing. They say go to the Argo shop and buy. They tell you what to buy, and that's it. So, my
dear, since you have highlighted the matter, I hope somebody is listening and they could probably call in and give a solution for that problem. Moving along. At least 2 more months may be needed for the investigation into the collapse of the northbound carriageway along Mosquito Creek. Acting Prime Minister Colin Imbert made this comment in the House of Representatives on Monday. Responding to a question from Oropush East MP Dr. Rudal Munilal, Imbert stated that he was confident that it will be completed within the next 2 months. Imbert said investigations were ongoing and advised Munilal to submit his question in a different way to get a more detailed response. Ooh, listen to this.
I am advised that investigations are continuing on this matter. It would therefore be premature at this stage to give any detailed information. However, I would suggest to the member that he pose the question on notice so that a comprehensive reply can be given.
Member for Upuchis. Thank you very much. In light of the response, Prime Minister, have you been advised as to when this investigation is likely to be completed?
Honorable Prime Minister.
I am fairly confident it will be completed within the next 2 months or so.
He's very confident, so let's just wait and see. So Trinidad and Tobago, it's almost a little past 7:30. So for this next 30 minutes, what has the flood damaged in your community? Did the farmers get flooded out? Did business owners get flooded out? Did home get flooded out? For the next 30 minutes in our program, I want to hear from you what did the extra water or flood water, anyhow you want to call it, did to your property. Now hear this. The reason why I am raising this question tonight, and I am looking to hear from you, looking forward to hear from you, complaints, because I'm going to tell you something. This question is directly to WASA. Directly to WASA. And I want you all to call in. We just have 30 minutes on this program tonight, and I want to know what did the flood water did to your property. Now I'm going to tell you this. WASA always tell us, always, that the water in wells and ponds and water courses in the damp belongs to WASA. A farmer's dig a pond, rain fall and fill it up, the water is WASA. What damages did you receive to your property for the last couple of days when a large volume of water flooded out your community? I want to hear from you. 238-6716. How many of you called WASA? How many of you called WASA and told WASA that all your water in my property, come and claim it? Any farmers did that? The Arangwes farmers especially. Did you all do that? One would say, but Saeed, how you could say all the water belonged to WASA? WASA told us that. WASA told us that. They wanted to charge Arangwes farmers for pumping water from their own pond. Now I am certain sure that the Arangwes area is flooded out. Where is WASA? Am I making sense or not? You be the judge. You be the judge, viewers. The judge. Why is it that WASA would come to say, that is my water? And when a flood comes, we would say natural disaster. Could somebody answer that? You might say, Said, what nonsense you're talking? You're talking foolishness. But ask yourself, why did WASA police wanted to charge the Arangwes farmers for using water from their pond? And then ask yourself if I am talking nonsense. Ask yourself that. How many of you called WASA? How many? How many of you got flooded out? Lost their crops, lost spray can, tractor damage, farmer damage? How many of you farmers lost crops? How many? Throughout Trinidad and Tobago. How many of you contacted WASA? Because of too much water in your garden. But you would allow WASA to charge you for using your pond water. Am I making sense, Trinidad and Tobago? You tell me. Because I was the only one who stood right here for the Arangwes farmer. When WASA police wanted to charge them for using their pond water to water their crop. They was using a pump. So I ask you tonight, am I making sense? Am I? When everything happens in Trinidad, we find somebody to blame. We find somebody to blame. WASA charges us for pipe-borne water. They want to charge the farmers for using pond water. Caller, good night.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Said. How are you?
Go right ahead, I'm good.
Right, I'd just like a minute of your time on your program to clarify on a matter that a caller had previously made to the councillor, Mr. Deputy Ramnath, right? I'm a constituent of that area. And you don't have to believe what I'm saying, right? But you can go on Facebook and look up Mr. Deputy Ramnath's name and look at the amount of work that councillor is doing in that area. Okay?
Yes.
And just to begin with, that bridge and that road that people is complaining about, if the corporations don't have the funding to do that project, where are the council going to get the money from? From his own pocket?
I'm listening.
What was happened in the Penal Debe Regional Corporation and Mr. Deputy Ramnath, and so that caller is because he wanted a personal favor done and he couldn't get it. That is why he's bad talking the council. Go on Facebook and type up his name and you will see the work that council is doing in this area.
You go ahead, make a comment.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm saying. And people, there's one thing done. Take time. If the corporations don't have money for fuel, where they're going to get material to build the road, where they're going to get the lumber or the concrete to build the bridge.
I understand.
Right? As I said, things take time. And I will say it again. One of the most hard-working councillors is that councillor. I mean, in politics, people will like you, and they have people won't. Because you know why? They can't get what they want from you. And look at another thing. Yesterday, in the community center in Penal Rock Road, they had an eye clinic that was hosted by the councillor and Alderman, Ms. Rampersad Hyacinth. On Friday, they're having a clothes drive for people who can't afford clothes and what have you to come and collect clothes. And it's hosted under Mr. Deputy Ramnath. So how can this city council is not doing what he's supposed to do?
I understand.
Right? Thank you very much.
One question.
Yes.
Are you the councillor?
I'm not the councillor. I live in the area.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So you see, viewers, this is what we need. This is what we want. That's why I just tell you all on a Wednesday night, call in. Call in. Let the people of Trinidad and Tobago know what is taking place. That is why we choose on our Wednesday night to highlight issues such as the bad roads, the poor drainage, water course that is not clean. You're not seeing your councillor, you're not seeing your MP, the corporation have no money. Call in the program so we would know. That is why we do this every Wednesday. Every Wednesday we're doing it. You see how the guy called and uplift the councillor, stating that the councillor is a hard-working individual? That is what we want. That is what we need, more of that on our Wednesday night. pothole in Croquet Village, Guapo in Point 14, which went viral after a car fell into, has since been filled and cordoned off. They fill it and they cordon it off. We cordon it off or if it filled. Persons called on the Ministry of Works and Transport not just to fix the road, but to compensate the driver for any damages. Well done, well done. We need more of this. The Works Ministry added that it is aware of the public concerns about the conditions of the country's road, but said the current economic circumstances have not afforded the opportunity to affect the demand. Hey, let me tell you something. You're talking nonsense. Minister of Works, you're talking nonsense. You are talking... I just select my words correct. I don't come down from the height. You're talking tata. It's safe to use that word, Director? You know we couldn't use the S word. But you're talking total rubbish. Total rubbish you're talking about. Due to the current economic circumstances have not afforded the opportunity to affect the demand. Hey, how much money they give to hotels in Trinidad and Tobago? How much money give away during the pandemic? All you come there, man. Aside all you're dealing with, when all you make all your statement, know it have a backlash on Real Talk for all you. All you come now, all you talk now. Call her good night.
A very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
To you, my friend.
You remember when the Ministry of Agriculture some time ago gave away 325,000 seedlings. Little plants. And they say we need to plant, we need to grow your own food, we need to be wise, you're saving money and whatnot.
Yes, yes.
And everybody went and started to plant during the lockdown. There is one ministry, Ministry of Agriculture. Then the next ministry, Ministry of Public Utilities, which water fall under, at one time they say, well, we can't water the plant, that's all they tell me. Only let's have a great evening.
Hey, thank you so much, my friend. Very, very valid comments. So, Rohan Sinan, you're talking nonsense when you say, due to the current economic circumstances, how much money the Minister of Finance give to hoteliers? All you come now, man. All you come now, man. Make a better statement than that. You're making a statement for the public to hear and also Saieed to listen. The kind of cock and bull story all I want to come out with. All I give away money. Literally give away money. You want to tell me because of the economic crisis, the current economic circumstances, all I couldn't afford it? Hoteliers in Trinidad and Tobago have been in business for decades. They have saved money. During the pandemic, all I flourished them with more money. All I flourished them with more money. So what about all their savings? You see, they have a saying that do so and like so. What about all their savings? The hundreds of millions of dollars all I give to hoteliers throughout Trinidad and Tobago could have gone to fix something. Call her good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Hi, good night. I just want to call to find out if you cannot see a counselor for Rio Claro. What is your opinion there? Because you're looking for this man and you cannot see him, and when you do see him, he's telling you we're looking for backfill right now, and when we do see him, he's telling you that we're too poor. What is the outcome there?
The counselor for Rio Claro?
Yes.
What's his name?
His name is Hazari from Ram thing. Can't remember his name, but Hazari.
I've not seen him at all.
When you do see him, you see him in a funeral, and when you're talking to him, he don't want to talk to you. If they do call your office, you have to call our next councillor. And that is the councillor he's telling you to call is not for councillor for us area.
Well, thank you so much for highlighting it. I'm sure somebody will tell him that by tonight.
So, we're looking for backfill right now, and we actually inside the river in we house. And he turned around and tell we cannot get out because we too poor.
Wow. Only too poor?
Yes, but we is too poor.
Hold on. The councillor telling you that you're too poor, you can't get backfill?
Yes.
Well, councillor, you ain't easy at all.
He passing by me with hampers, 2-3 bag of hampers, and giving other people, and they not give us. So that is the outcome with councillor in Rio Claro.
My darling, thank you so much for highlighting it. I'm sure they're probably feeling stink tonight.
Well, I know business about him because at the end of the day, he do not help people. He does only help people who have concrete house.
Ooh. Thank you
right?
so
and
much.
Then he tell me that. He said he does only help people who have concrete house. So I'm waiting for them to come and show me that they want me to vote for them this trip. I'm telling them what I have to tell them. I don't want them on my place. Because right now I'm looking for backfill.
I understand what you're saying.
Right, I'm inside the river right now.
Thank you so much, my dear, for highlighting it.
Thank you.
Hey, it's easy out here, you know, boy. It's not easy, you know. All I feel it easy outside here. Trembegonians. WASA Corporate Communication Manager Daniel Plenty was questioned. That's his name, Daniel Plenty. Was questioned if WASA was told about a leak in March, and if so, what caused the delay in repairing the leak. So just to back up the picture with the car. Now, according to WASA Corporate Communication, that hole was supposed to be a leak. That pothole, that looked like a grandfather and a grandmother, that looked like a ship fitting inside it. It looked like a leak, and they probably left it alone until it formed, well, the mouth of a pothole, where a whole vehicle could go down inside. I tell you, it's a stinking shame, you know. It's a stinking shame, you know, what we go through in Trinidad and Tobago. A little country like this. A little country like this. Ministry of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, have stated that the Salman Hochoy Highway extension from Point 14 to San Fernando is 87% complete. Sinanan is hoping that by the end of the year, most of the highway segment will be open to the public. He stated that 12 packages were awarded to contractors in 2017, but works were delayed not only by COVID-19 but also by inclement weather. Sinanan also remained hopeful that most of the segment will be opened to the public by December. By December. Environmental Management Authority, the EMA, and the police are now partnering to combat noise pollution. Hey, all you now doing that? All you now get up from a 10 years sleep? All you now get up from a decade of sleeping? Or 2 decades of sleeping? Lackadaisical as usual. In a release, the EMA stated that with the lifting of COVID-19 restriction, noise pollution had again become an issue and people were asking for help. But it's about 2 decades now people are asking for help. Where EMA was? It started loud up earlier, you know, but where were you all? The EMA and the police service recognized noise pollution, for the growing scores or surge that it is, but are also there are the needs for entertainment. The EMA advised persons to report noise, nuisance to police service and EMA. Hey, you see when you hear they start bringing out, a nonsense as make a report, let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. People is be calling police stations throughout the country for noise pollution. Come back to me. Noise pollution throughout the country. And what's going on? People complaining of bars playing music too loud. Saieed on a Friday and Saturday, oh God, my grandmother had this pain tree. One Saturday, I feel she could just drop down and dead. Ring, officer, there's a bar making noise. I hear the officer. Well, what can we do? We are the police. Just imagine that, eh? Very good. Call good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Let me start with EMA. You know how police have, if you have a problem, call 999. What is EMA number? You understand?
But to tell you the truth, I
Nobody
never
don't know
hear EMA advertising a number.
EMA. So you have to call the police, and the police trying to do all kind of thing, and still have to do with noise pollution. What the EMA people getting paid to do? The second thing is, I call them from Jackman Street, Cunupia. It have a leak now 2 weeks, and we're trying coming to fix it. And the third thing, I have a friend, she paying water rate, and she ain't getting no water. Up on Chinchin Road there. It's only when the rainy season comes, she just get water from God's rain, and they just still send she bill for the season too. You understand?
Yes.
And she says she paying $125 per month, eh? So you know that's about $1,500 for the year. You understand?
Yes.
And the last point is the minister say that's how by very soon we go get 74% of the country will get water. I wonder if you mean because the rate falling. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Now concerning EMA, I want people to understand something. When you want to have a party and keep a fete in your bar, you apply to EMA for a license. They will give you a certain amount of decibel noise. You could be able to play at a certain hour. And I want you all to understand that. So bars and fete camps and people who keep in events and things, please, go to the EMA office in the district and apply for that permit. Because I could tell you something. If the EMA teams up with the police, as they say, and they crack down on your place for noise pollution and you do not have that piece of paper, let me tell you something. Excessive noise or noise pollution, I believe it carries a fine from 250,000 and up. And up. I believe so. So, for the sake of you all not getting in problems, we understand the entertainment center, we understand the noise, we understand everything. But for safety, just for safety, go down to the EMA office and get your little permit that would allow you to play music at a certain extent of decibels, even a certain hour before the cutoff time. I have workers who are DJs, musicians, and they always advise their clients to go get this permit. So you would be safe and we would be safe. So please do that. Call her good night. Hello? You stick, you got the click one time. So viewers, every Wednesday we do this. Since 2021, January 2021, We have been highlighting the road, the bridges, the drains, the city, the constituency not seeing the MPs, their councillors. Since 2021 January, we have started this. We are in June 2022, and we're going to continue every Wednesday. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yes, people complain about WASA. I believe the time has come that we must take WASA to court, because when you go to the pipe and you open the way called the tap, there's a set of brown water coming through.
Yes.
I mean, you have to take WASA to court now. The time has come for that. And I want to commend my councillor, Richard Rampasad, for a job well done. You could access him at any time, whenever there is a wake or wedding or something, his presence is there. So I wish that Mrs. Pasad should put back Mr. Rampasad for the people of St. Augustine. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So viewers, remember, our rerun of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30. Tomorrow being a holiday, Corpus Christi, we would not have any live show. But there's a rerun tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30. We will be right back here on Friday, the 17th of June 2022, for another live episode of Real Talk with Saieed Ali. And I want you all to understand that we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, where we deal with the real issues. We bring news to you in a different way. We bring news to you more in depth, where we could have a conversation, me and you and the rest of the world, because we want people to understand their rights. We want people to understand what they could stand up for. We want people to understand how to voice your concerns and your opinion. And it's only on Real Talk with Saieed Ali you get that opportunity to express yourself. I do that for you. I do that for you. Remember, viewers, those of you who are looking for cash borrow, not a problem. Real Talk group of companies, they love to lend. We are licensed to lend money. If you have collateral, security, whatever it is, or however it is you would want to call it, house, land, car, you want cash borrow, contact Real Talk group of companies at 2386716, 3391670, 267-7325, or 242-7690. We have two offices. Our head office is on 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas. There's a sub office at 132 Sipero Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. We love to lend. We love to lend. We have a courteous staff that is waiting to deal with you from Monday to Friday, from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. viewers at both locations. Remember, San Fernando office, their number is 242-7690. That is 242-7690. Our central office at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 267-7325. Very soon, viewers, very soon, Real Talk group of companies will be offering to you another 3.5%. Very soon, another 3.5%. So you can call us from Friday. Call me 339-1670 to inquire about the 3.5% on a Real Talk fixed investment. There is no other financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you 3.5%. No other. No other. Viewers, we have about 2 minutes left on our program tonight, but nevertheless, viewers, I want you all to share our live stream. Encourage people to look at Real Talk with Saieed Ali, the #1 current affairs program, where we deal with the real issues that is facing us in Trinidad and Tobago. We have some leaders governing our country, but what can I say? Are we going down a slippery slope very fast? Is the economy in Trinidad and Tobago building? What about our health care? What about job security? What about national security? What about these things? What about agriculture? Is it sustainable? Do we have the right leaders or the right leadership to steer Trinidad and Tobago into the 21st century? So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, our run is tomorrow, 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. And I will see you right here on Friday, the 17th of June, 2022. So until we meet, enjoy your Corpus Christi, go out, do your planting. Don't drink and drive, don't text and drive. So until we meet again, good night.